What's good, everybody? It's your boy WxG Dynamite coming at you again with my first AEW review in a few weeks now. Your boy's been burned out. I'm just out of there. But you know what? I'm back in this thing. It's time to cut a review. It's time to talk about a great night at Dynamite. And you know what? I think it's all going to, it just feels good to have that energy and that fire back in me. So, let's go ahead and talk. Oh man, what the fuck you doing now? Look, I don't know what you shut. Boy, if you don't get the fuck out of here, I swear to. All right, dude. All right, dude. What? What is up? Get. Stay down. What's up, babies? Daddy's back. Let's start the review. Feels good. Feels good. Hold my jacket. Shades too. That's right. Now, I know what y'all be all wondering. Daddy, why you come back like that, Daddy? It's so violent. It's so on you. Well, a lot of things have changed. And you know what? It's about time. Also, I got a confession to make. This isn't my voice. I do it for dramatic effect. Fact is, I'm Texas as fuck. So, this is how I talk. This is how I'm gonna be talking. You're gonna have to get used to that, but you know what? It'll be alright. As long as I got my beer, we good. So, let's talk about Dynamite. Because that thing went open, boy, it was woo. Now, if y'all don't know, I like me a big house fight. Two big burly men going at it, they got something to prove. And they ain't going up in there just chunking fish and doing the nah. We're coming with a vengeance, aggression, big moves, big hits, everything, and that's exactly what I got for this match. I'm talking about the FTW Championship match. My boy, Willpower Will Hobbs, going up in there, getting him something against that machine, more than man, Brian Cage, and oof. I will say this was a great showing for Hobbs. He needed this. He's needed this for some time. Oh. It's a nice big singles match on the big stage. He got a good showing. Obviously showing that they're still big man. He could benefit so much from having a good mentor. Honestly, I was thinking about somebody like a Farouk. But he's a pure big man with broader tendencies. But what it really comes down to is the fact that Brian Cage himself is such a hybrid, such a beast, or the best word to describe him, a machine that is hybrid, striking, flying, and power style, basically left him able to tank over it. The FTW champ retained the title only for Taz to come out afterwards to proposition him. You can join Team Taz, or you can get your ass whooped. But thankfully that boy Darby Allin came down to give the boy Will some much needed assistance. So obviously the feud with Darby and Team Taz is not over with. Where does Ghost Will? I don't know. I would hate for him to no longer be getting more shine on Dynamite. But if he stays getting better, getting bigger, and getting more matches on Dark, I'm not against it. That's some good shit right there. That being said, that opener was great. It definitely gets 4.5 cans for me. Good opening. There's good story going on, but I feel like we still need more from Cage. But if we're going to get it, Will Hobbs doesn't need a feud in the sense of him need to be them two going back at it before. Maybe let them go back at it in the future. But like I said, that's worthy of 4 cans. Good job, boys. Now then, tonight is a very special night. It is the 30th anniversary of Chris Jericho in the business. 30 years of the greatness of Jericho. And I don't know what stops were pulled, but so many celebrities came and to celebrate. You know what? Here we go. Let's do a count out of some of the celebrities that went ahead and gave Chris Jericho a great congratulations. We have Slash from Guns N' Roses, Dennis Miller, great actor. Hiroshi Tanahashi. You saw that and you went ahead and mentioned him. He beat me to the punch, boy, but you know what? It's fine, it's fine. Obviously, Papa Jericho, had to give it to him. The boy Shaq Diesel. Lars Ulrich from Metallica, if I remember correctly. Then we got Gene Simmons of Kiss fame, Mr. himself. Then we had DDP. You gotta have DDP go ahead. They worked together with WCW. Like they go back way back like Full Flight from Cadillac. Don Callis from Impact Wrestling. Now that itself is interesting because tonight there was much talk about possible brand talent sharing between New Japan and AEW, especially now the Harold Major is going on. But you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and let into this bitch. You bitch. Go ahead. Well, when he wakes up, he's sleeping. Don't mind him. I'm tired. When he can go ahead and talk about that right there if he hasn't already. But you know what? Impact, New Japan, AEW, and Ring of Honor, along with NWA, being a proper coalition of companies that share talent, could most definitely benefit the wrestling business. But this is not what we're talking about. We're still reviewing AEW. What do we have afterwards? What we got? We got more celebration of Jericho's career, but also we got the Murder Hawk Monster making his proper promo video, getting ready for next week, the anniversary episode of Dynamite. And he basically had to remind Moxley, yeah, we had some action up in Japan, but you know what? This ain't there. Because I've been in here, and almost everybody that stepped in my way then had to go down. 1, 2, 3, 21 man. They went down. Most of the men in that tournament for the TNT Championship went down. Cody Rhodes is a whole different thing, but I will never make that mistake again. Oh, man, I love that Murder Hawk Monster. I'm ready for that. That is going to be a clash next week. Now then, following all the video package festivities, it's time for the 20-minute Brush with Greatness. FTR versus the Hybrid 2. Quite the combination. We got two Southern wrestlers going up against a couple of luchadors. One very great technician and one high flyer. How will they face? Well, as it would appear that FTR Southern style, while solid in certain forms of wrestling, has struggled against these more agile and high-flying duos because the Hybrid 2, granted they're on a decent little record on Dark, but they got 3 victories, came in clowning FTR early on. Jack Evans, minus some stumbles, that was putting in decent offense on them. And until a particular bullshittery chicken shit move that FTR pulled off as they were trying to walk away with the belts and lead the whole match all together, leading to Angelico and Jack jumping on them, leading to Jack being hurt. Which unfortunately, when these boys smell blood, they attack viciously. Because for about almost 5 to 10 minutes, they were beating the shit out of Jack Evans. And Jack Evans sold his ass off. It was great selling. And when Angelico came back in with the tag, I'm telling you, that man's technical abilities is supremely underrated. Because his lockup game was nice. I definitely enjoyed the transitions. It's entertaining, and like I said, and even with Jack Evans selling the injured leg, getting back on bumpers work. Like literally, I had a second wind in this match whenever Jack Evans came in for his second run in stint. And when the Hybrid 2, showing that the Hybrid 2 needs to be elevated as far as tag team status goes. They need to get more shine on the show proper. And I feel like the crowd's been against them, but honestly, they are really talented in the ring. They can definitely get some shit done, especially with AEW's amazing and loaded tag division. But the thing about FTR is that once they find a weakness, they find a way. And after knocking out Angelico, and once again focusing on Jack, they don't hit him with the assisted power drop, but they do not get him with the midnight, not the Midnight Express. What they call it? I think they call it the Mid Atlantic Express. Whatever it is they call it, their former Shadow Machine. They hit them they finished them with a with a superplex and splash combination. This is the third week that they have not used any of their key finishers to finish a match. This is interesting. I'm liking it. I'm digging it. I am actually enjoying the storyline because these boys are elevating. Although it looks like it could be at the sacrifice of their status, because they don't look like that team that they were. But then again, they're heels, and they do their job fantastically. And Tully Blanchard definitely adds to that. It's great. It's the Southern flair, it's the style. Tully is a solid one, and we're still dealing with the background story of, do we see something amongst them and Mother Love and Shawn Spears? I don't know. There's still talks about AEW's own Horsemen, but following that match, as the champs are in the ring, a picture of both of them in hot dogs, and I didn't even mention this, the Bucks were watching the match. And if you paid attention to the way that the Bucks were watching the camera, it was an obvious shot at WWE. Look, people might think that they're tired of the WWE shots, but you got to keep in mind, people that got into AEW got into it from BTE. And BTE, they always took shots at them, especially the Bucks. Some of the greatest. And I'm sorry, they continue to do it. But even post-match afterwards, they super kicked the cameraman. But if you watch BTE, you will understand. They already sent Tony Khan $50K this week. I'm sorry. Everybody's getting it. And the biggest thing about it is that this is literally the Bucks of beating the Elite. Go back, watch their old shit. Watch Super Kick Party videos. You see, they super kicked everybody, no giving a fuck. I'm sorry. It's just what comes natural. But back to the story, because now we got the best friends coming out, continuing the story. It's calling FTR weenies. Then FTR kind of hesitant to go up against best friends. Let's be honest, best friends been looking damn good. Damn good. And I'm ready to see their collision next week. It's going to be nice. It's going to be hot. Big moves, big match. But as far as that goes, I'm going to give that one a solid 3.5 beers. It was good. The story was decent. I felt like the Jack Evans beatdown might have gone a little too long, but it also did prove a point. Them boys definitely got elevated, so good shit on you. Next, we have the TNT Championship match. Dog collar match. The first dog collar match of some time between Cody and Mr. Brody Lee. Mr. Brody Lee, leader of the Dark Order, the man who has been running roughshod over the TNT Championship against Cody, the man that he beat in less than 3 minutes, beaten, pulverized, Spirit Crusher, sending him the fuck away. Cody coming back with a mission to prove, dealing with the thought that maybe he is not good enough, maybe he cannot, maybe he has to prove to himself that he honestly needs this. And whatever the case is, there's no fear, there's no regrets, there's no looking back. It's him, Mr. Lee, and that chain. And boy, do they get down to the nitty gritty real quick. Both men tugging, trying to get full power, but this is Brody Lee. Brody Lee is one of the AEW big men. Not the biggest big man, but one of the big men nonetheless. Cody, he's going to get a slide move, trying to go ahead and jump on Mr. Lee afterwards. Mr. Lee just yeeting past that sucker, only for John Silver to get his ass knocked out because John Silver decided to be in the way. That's what you get, John Silver. Then begins the assault on Cody. Nothing major right now. We get some knockdowns, some deep slams, whatever, toss outside. Just regular beats. The rope doesn't get in. But Cody starts coming back. He starts hitting, get the strikes in, pump down, poof, up to your face, go back up. He's going to go high, get that Cody cutter on early in the match, but this is a dog collar match. Mr. Brody Lee sees it. Jay, get your ass down, boy. Mr. Brody Lee decides, I'm not playing no games. And at that point, decides, I'm going to humiliate you, Cody. You who decided to come back and take my title. Tossing him outside the ring. To continue the onside outside, have John get in a little bit. John getting the crossfires, getting his ass blooded up real quick. The first bit of blood comes from John, I believe. So he has to get escorted out. But not too long afterwards, Cody himself is being a bloody and battered mess. Mr. Lee getting him back in his ring, just whipping the shot at Cody. Not with the chain, just literally beating him like a dog. Takes it back outside. Goes to the timekeeper there. Goes ahead. You get in the chair, toss him in the ring. He takes that table, puts it by the side of the ring. He's ready to go ahead and put Cody through that table. No, sir. No, sir. This is where Cody begins his smart comeback. As Mr. Brody Lee gave him ample time to breathe. Cody now finally getting a bit of wind in him. getting his head straight, begins the assault on the side of the ring, leading to Cody pulling Mr. Brother Lee into a cutter on the ground. Go back in, get him back up, beating Mr. Brother Lee. He's like, all right, I got you. I'm going to get you now. No, you don't, because you get your ass set up. Go ahead, package pile driver through the table. Now, Mr. Brother Lee out here looking kind of weak. Now, Cody, with his crimson mask, this is Cody getting that burst of energy back. It's like when Cody goes and he's at the threshold of the most pain, he decides he's going to come back in it and get there. Think about any match. Think of some of his recent matches we started where he was getting his ass beat. Think about him going up against Eddie Kingston in the no DQ match. Eddie Kingston busting out the nails. The nails gave Cody the drive to say, fuck it, I'm going through it, to fuck him up. And this time, so different, except Mr. Brother Lee also has that same ability, because after Mr. Brother Lee gets his ass butted up and beat down, and a crossroads attempt for the one, Brother Lee kicks out at one. Nah. This is Butcher Brother Jr. you're dealing with, boy. And now he goes in, catching his second win. Both of the men just going at it, just beating the hell out of each other. Bloody fist and chain, but Cody's got more resolve than Mr. Lee. Mr. Lee's gotten quite lax, running roughshod over AEW, forgetting who the Prince of Pro Wrestling is. That's Cody with a great fight back. Choking the life out of Mr. Brother Lee with that chain. Seeing weakness in his man. Hits him with the second crossroads for the 1, the 2, then 3. Disbelief. Joy sweeping amongst the crowd. The Dark Order comes out to see their leader fallen, defeated. As Cody rises above. Once again, your TNT champion. And he makes an announcement. He gives only the top and passion speech that a babyface Cody can do, reminding everybody that over this time, everybody was telling me I should go down the darker path. I should be like this, more aggressive. But I came here with one mission. To prove that he is the best, and being the best as a babyface. Now, I recall Cody in Ring of Honor as Dastardly Heel, but I am more behind Cody as his babyface, the face of AEW. Not as his world champion, but as the representation of the heart and passion that this promotion has. And Cody, I thank you. I appreciate this match. This match had everything. Long-term build, a proper bit of distance. You got Mr. Brother Lee proving himself to be a Dastardly champion that can still get it done, even arguably without the Dark Order's assistance. But Cody, man on a mission, did it, and I do not want this to be the end. They have to come back at this sometime down the line. After Mr. Brother Lee once again is building himself up, he has had gold. Had great moments with it. On Dynamite and on Dynamite, I don't believe Dark, but on Dynamite and BTE. I'm happy to say that this is a 5-can match. You boys did a damn good job. I loved it. This is definitely one to go in the books. Good job, boys. Good job. Oh, by the way, we're gonna get Orange Cassidy versus Cody for the TNT Championship back. So the weekly TNT Championship challenge looks to be returned. It was nice having it gone. Whatever. Now on to the next match. But before we get to that, there is a special announcement. We have 3 new contenders in the AEW World Championship Tournament. Where now we're gonna have Mr. Mayhem himself, Wardlow, Boom Boom Colt Cabana represent the Dark Order in this thing, and Hangman Adam Page. Now, I don't know at what point this is going to happen. I don't want this to be in the finale. I want this to be a semi-final qualifier between Adam Page and Kenny Omega. Now, it easily could be the final match in the tournament, but that's not what we're doing at. No, we knocked this shit out early. The point is, you use tournaments to build new stars, and we're going to put this feud on pause. And we can get to it sometime later. But Kenny has an interview afterwards where he is definitely trying to be nonchalant about it. He's trying to be cool, but obviously Hangman finding his way into this tournament does annoy him. So, gotta see how that goes, baby. But it's time for the ladies to get a little action. Definitely a great match. Selena D versus Big Swole. And this is a match more showcasing Selena D than Big Swole. Big Swole herself is one of the best women's wrestlers in AEW. One of their pillars. You have Dr. Britt Baker. You have Sheeta currently as champion, but you also have Big Swole. D is working her way up to being a necessity. And Nyla Rose. Nyla Rose is a solid key component of it. I would say the 4 pillars of AEW's women's division are those 3 women. But Selena D is actually it's definitely bringing more attention to it. She is great. Is a great technician. I'm like seeing her. I literally enjoyed this match so much. I didn't even pay attention to how much time it was. It didn't bother me. It was a great showing. And yeah, I know I'm not really describing that much. It's also because it's a bit of a shorter match and not too much to talk about. It's literally Selena D showing her technical ability, counter ability, and ability to stick up to Swole. Keeping Swole on her toes for like the bulk of the match. Swole came alive at the very end with the comeback moves, the strikes, hit the dirty dance, 1, 2, 3. That's it. That's it. That match right there, I'll go ahead and say, you know what, you ladies, you get 3.5 beers from me because it was so good that I was actually distracted from the time. I'm gonna give it that. Good on you, ladies. But much like the Murder Hawk Monster had to have his video package promo, it's time for John to do it. And this isn't the usual John Moxley promo, where he is emboldened and impassioned and basically saying he's ready for a war because even he is aware Lance Archer is not one to trifle with. It's amazing. He finds himself at a bar. Similar to his introduction to New Japan, where it started with his vignettes of him at a bar. Having what appears to be what could be his last call drink. Moxley is aware that is knows that he's about to go in and they're going to fuck some shit up. They're going to fuck shit up. But he's not 100% certain. And he acknowledges. Archer's about everybody dies. So my question is, will this be it? Is this going to be the last in Mox's title reign? Now, I can see him losing to Archer. Archer has been built amazingly. While Cody got him for the TNT Championship match, I believe he has not suffered any other L's. But I don't know. It's got me hyped for next week. This is being built as a major match. This could be defining in how the next quarter of AEW goes. Hell, they could have. I don't even know the ramifications it could have as far as the winner of the World Championship tournament. Now people are complaining. They're like, you know, what's wrong with the ranking system? They're over here not talking. They're over here having a ranking system, but I thought that, you know, what's the point of having a tournament? Well, here's the thing: ranking system show you your top 5 best in the company in their respective divisions, but you cannot deny the opportunity for the opportunities to get gold and jump leagues up in the rankings. I'm just saying, if you're in the top 5, you more likely definitely qualify for some of the earliest title matches. But when you hit #1 contendership, that means that you will be heading a major event as well as having your title opportunity. Just my thoughts on that. But now it's time for a match 30 years in the making. Chris Jericho versus his compadre, Dr. Luther. And again, basically, Chaos Project versus the Inner Circle. Now, this was okay. I thought it was fine. Because what we had here was it shows that, you know, I don't know. If this is supposed to be their way of building a Chaos Project, I like the opportunity, but I don't know. I never got into it. I probably expected more. It's also such a rush type of deal for what's supposed to be made as a major. And it really is only intriguing within the first, maybe 5-ish minutes. Whenever, you know, Jericho's the one getting beat up. Because once Jake Hagar comes in, it's a no-go. I'm sorry. Chaos Project ain't fucking up. Dr. Luther, you are enjoyable, but you're not about to fuck up Jake Hagar. And I already knew that Jericho wasn't about to take this L, not on the 30th anniversary. I don't know. I definitely it did give me more attention on the Chaos Project. I want to watch more of them. I like the look, the feel, the vibe, the weird freakiness. It's definitely something. It's definitely somebody's good at. I mean, I'll just go ahead and say it. This is like 2 beers, but you know what? It did its job, I guess. But the post match is what's interesting. MJF comes out with Wardlow, with the Circle. Says he has a gift for Jericho. Outside the figure, all we see the boots is obviously a clown. Apparently he's a clown Jericho, right. And he has a secondary package, which is a picture of himself, which I feel is a jab at the celebration of friendship. Remember? If y'all remember that, y'all get it. And Jericho's like, I don't like clowns. And don't like this. And if you ever cut me off again, or tell them don't ever happen. And look, they're having to stare off, they're going to fight. Only for them two to have a joyous laugh, come together, and celebrate at the end. Balloons and people coming out with bottles of champagne as they celebrate their Jericho in a SNL style finish, scrolling up with Jericho. It's credited for every fucking thing. Look, like, it was hilarious. It's hilarious. You know what? Fuck, I'm gonna give it 3 bottles just for that alone. It's also underwhelming, but you know what? It's fine. It's good. I enjoyed it. It was a decent night of Dynamite. Some shit lacked in, but for the most part, I enjoyed it. The only thing that really was down on me was the main event. This was a night to celebrate Jericho, and we did. We also got possible connections with AEW and other companies. Talent sharing would be amazing, especially the prospect that AEW could work with New Japan. There were like 7 different references to New Japan. Oh, god damn. Ugh. Fact of the matter is, this was an enjoyable night. Was it the best? Fuck no. Did it have a match that was great to me? Yes, it did. And I'm gonna say this: it hits a hearty 3 beers, average. It should be above average, but I'm still gonna have to penalize on certain things. But you know what? That's fine. Now, if you don't mind, Dad's gotta go unwind. Y'all have a good night. Peace. Move, bitch! Hey! Get your ass up and go ahead and close out the motherfucking video. And what the fuck? Oh, fuck. Oh, you ain't shit. I'm gonna fuck your blood.